Lines were lying yesterday afternoon. It looks like I can see a bit of vehicle tracks. Sorry, Mom. My shiny ball spot getting in your way again. So these male lions definitely look like they still got their blood up. Oh, they're in such good condition. They really are. He's an enormous bodied lion. Okay, he's now moving towards where we heard the other males roaring. I've no doubt that they're here somewhere. We're gonna just keep our eyes open and see where this guy goes. He's on the game path, definitely got some smell in his nose. He's just off to our right hand side now. I'm going to see if I can get in front of him. The bush is a little bit thick where we are now. But this is about where I would imagine the other lions were roaring from, not too far from where we are right now. One of the scariest things that you can have a male lion walking straight at you like this. The Maasai in Kenya believe that a real man's only allowed to be scared 3 times in his life. The first time when he's a young boy and he's lying in his mother's arms and he hears a male lion roar. The second time when he sees the lion's footprints in the dust around the cattle that he's looking after. And the third time when he stands down the charge of a full-grown male lion with nothing but his spear in his hand. And if he survives that, there's nothing to be scared of in this world. And I must be honest. I think there's merit in that saying. So, get through here. I don't quite know what he is busy smelling around. You might find that this is the 4th or the 5th member of the coalition that's now just looking for his brothers. Okay, I've got some more lions on our left-hand side. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, it looks like they're all here. This is looks like the 4th member. Blair has made a mention that this is Blondie, one of the Birmingham boys that was named in November last year. Thank you, Blair. Nice big guy, I must be honest with you. We've got 4 male lions here with a 5th busy joining them. So the whole coalition is here. Just want to see what's going to happen to this one lion. Looks like he's giving him a bit of a stalk. We're just going to have to go around this bush here quickly. Let's go and do that. It's going to get a bit bumpier while we go around. Excuse me for that. Just seems elephants have had an absolute party here. Find a suitable gap through the trees. Looks like we got them just in time. Carrying on down the road. That blonde male that we joined, he's definitely, I don't know what he's busy doing, but he's definitely not happy with something. He's just walking, contact calling the whole time. One of these males yesterday was getting a bit cross with the vehicle, so I just want to watch how I approach them. Not that they're exhibiting any signs of distress at the moment, to be honest, but it's always a good thing. No matter how comfortable you think you are with these cats, it's always a good thing to take some time to judge their mood before you just drive in. Magnificent. I've no doubt that these three are going to stand up now and move off with the two that have just gone down the road. There we go. A big stretch. They're probably quite stiff after all the exertions from yesterday. And then I just want to show you, when we've finished looking at this male, when he goes around the corner, I want to show you what happens when male lions fight with one another, what a very common wound is. On the lumbar region of this male here on the left, you'll notice that he's got quite a prominent scar. That is very typical. That scar that you're seeing there, that's a very typical bite mark from a lion being attacked by another male. So he was at some point caught by another lion, and that is a tooth and a claw mark. And that can be paralyzing. It's a crippling bite. It's why lions do it. So the skull and the lumbar region are where lions first target. They're just fighting face to face, nothing much. But when they're fighting to the death, when they're fighting for a proper fight, that's where they go for. I think let's follow these other lions. If we're going to be hearing them roar again, I want to be with the bigger lions. He's giving us a hairy eyeball on our way past over there. Oh, these lions are now lying down here. Good. Let's hope they roar one more time. I would really, really love to have the chance to listen. I'm just going to try and squeeze past. Would you like me to sit there? Yeah. Sunrise with a lion. These seem to be the new kings on the block. Now, if you just excuse me, I'm just going to be on the radio for a little bit to update everyone on the sighting. So you're going to hear me talking. It's me just talking on the radio. The station's relocated on 5 Maduro and Gala. They are static on Vulture's Nest Road by the big Balanites. Just one station in this position. It's Stefan. No, that's affirmative. Miss Jin has just asked me which are the bigger lions, the Matimbas, Hairy Belly and Ginger, or Blondie and his four and the rest of the coalition. That's a good question. I would say that Ginger and Hairy Belly are the bigger lions. Even though I think that this blonde male that we were just following now has a bigger body. He He's not as tall, not as rangy. I think they're probably weighing around about the same, give or take a few kilograms. That hairy-bellied male that is part of the Matimba coalition is an enormous male lion. He really is big. Easily looking at about 250 kilograms or 500 pounds there, easy. Whereas these guys, I think that the younger of the males here, the four brothers, are in the region of about 200 to 220 kilograms, maybe slightly less than 200, with the blondie male looking like he's around about 230, 240 kilograms, which is big. That's big for male lions for the Kruger National Park. After having seen lots of male lions in the Kruger, I can honestly say that Hairy Belly is the hairiest, tallest male I've ever seen in the Kruger, with this blonde male that we've just been having a look at, uncommonly big. I've seen lions his size before, but he is uncommonly big in body. His mane is still quite small. As you can see, they've got a full fuzzy mane, but the long black hairs that are so prevalent in dominant male lions are not visible at the moment. They will start to come in the next year or two. Keep an eye on these lions. For those of you that have taken screenshots in the last couple of days, bookmark them and correspond the photos this year to the photos next year if we're still lucky enough to see these guys, and you will notice a drastic change in their manes. Now, with us talking about lion prides and lion takeovers over the last couple of days, and lions moving in, and the need to kill cubs and get their genes into the system as fast as possible, and are we creating this impression that lions need to do everything at double pace? And it's true to some extent. Kay has just asked us, how old do lions get? What's their longevity in the wild? And Kay, the answer to that question is around about 9 to 12 years for a male, with the average being somewhere between there. The average is 9 to 12 years. I have seen males around about 12 to 13 years. I have seen male lions literally hold on to an area for a couple of months and then lose it. But it would seem that between 9 and 12 is the average lifespan of an adult male lion in the wild, with a female between 12 and 16 years. We've got some lions coming down the road behind us. Oh no. Well, yes. I woke up this morning with my neck a bit stiff, so turning left is a little bit of a challenge for me this morning. One of the signs of spending too many years bouncing around in Land Rovers. Bree, good morning, Bree. You've asked a nice question here. Would a lion that's in a coalition have a different skill set to a lion that has to hold a territory on his own? And we were almost snuck up on by a lion over here. The answer to that question, Bree, is I think that all male lions are capable of holding their territories on their own. I think that all male lions have the capacity for that, but I'm going to give us the other side of the coin. I think that in a coalition, a lion's personality is allowed to shine through. Now, that might be quite a controversial topic, with me saying that lions have personalities, but I'm a firm believer that that every lion has this. Some are more aggressive than others. They learn through experience. They definitely do. And in a coalition, that experience, that tempers, that character is allowed to shine through. So lions that are more active in mating or more active in fighting or at the front of the queue when it comes down to hunting or whatever the case may be, they're allowed to shine in a coalition, which just makes the coalition stronger, in my opinion. However, like I said, I think that every single lion has the ability to hold a territory on their own, just through years of natural selection. You know, it's not lion numbers have been on the decrease for hundreds of years. You got things like drought, disease that play a part. I'm sure that if you go back in the history pages, even before man had an impact on lion numbers, you would have seen lion numbers fluctuate wildly between different types of climatic conditions and whatnot. And through all those challenges, this survivor gene has stayed part of them. They're really super cats. I think with them lying down like they are at the moment, it's going to give us a chance just to reposition our vehicle. While we do that, I think Jamie's got something to show you. Shame I've been hogging the limelight this morning. So we're going to send you over to Jamie, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit.
So guys, good morning and welcome to the Sunrise Safari. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jamie and I have Andrew, the aardvark, on camera with me. And in front of us, we have Zeus, a very, very large, very distinctive male kudu with some spectacularly widespread horns. He really is quite beautiful. He's unfortunately tucked away in some fairly thick bush at the moment. But we did just have to stop for a regularly seen kudu character. So I hear that you've been having a fantastic time with Steph and those Birmingham boys, and we have had reports of the Nkuhumas on a buffalo kill sometime last night around Gowrie Gate. So I've been trying to follow up here. Their tracks are up and down and all over the place, so I'm still just looping around to see what I can find. I'm not sure exactly whereabouts that buffalo kill is. There's tracks of that large buffalo herd everywhere as well. So I've just been driving along and then stopping to listen. Did a little bit of a walk, but no luck in one particular block. So we're going to keep searching, but I'm very, very impressed with the Nkuhuma pride. They've done very well considering the pressure and stress that they must be under, to have managed to kill another buffalo sometime last night. A big thank you to Chris and Rob in the UK for letting us know about that buffalo kill. I'm still trying to get hold of Lee to find out exactly where it was, but for now I'm going to see if I can track them myself. They spent a lot of time lying and sleeping in the road, and from there they've either gone north towards Sandy Patch Road or they've gone south towards Impala. It's very difficult to see because they've been pacing up and down, which is typical when you're tracking lions that are on the hunt, because the different pride members do split off and move in different directions. So an exciting morning planned. I'm very, very impressed that the Nkuhumas have decided to stick around the way that they have, and I'm sure we're going to find that buffalo kill. It's just a matter of really thoroughly checking the area and making sure that they are around. And last night was absolutely incredible. Listening to 5 male lions roaring is quite an impressive sound, or at least 3. I only identified 3 individual roars, but really, really cool. And I went to bed with that sound and woke up hearing that sound. So it's interesting. They've really sort of strongly establishing their territory around there. So those are my plans for the morning. This kudu is tucked away into the thick bush, so I think it might be time for us to head out and see if we can find out where those nkuhumas have gone. I do just want to check the Buffelshoek boundary so that I make sure that they haven't crossed sometime during the night, and then we get a loop back around to where I had the last tracks.